falling off the course, we be really making plays. She don't really want no beef if she can't say it to my face. Girl, that man was never mine, I just was going through a phase. So please control your hoe before I put it in her place. Who you think you is, babe? I'm who they wanna be. Got that apple bottom falling out my jeans like it's a tree. Diamonds yellow, bitches think they sippin' tea, but girl, it's pee. Got the game on lock, so who you know could really fuck with me? Spanish poppy, when we talking, I'm bilingual. Don't worry about them other niggas, babe, I'm single. All these bitches wanna copy me like Kinko. Bad bitch posted with me, who is that? That's my amigo. Beat up, got the neighbors in here knocking on the floor. Time to heat up, bad bitch, see her when she walking through the door. If he ain't spend it, she could have him, man, that nigga gotta go. See that it's up, but they still counting all this money on the floor. We been falling off the course, we be really making plays. She don't really want no beef if she can't say it to my face. Girl, that man was never mine, I just was going through a phase. So please control your hoe before I put it in her place.
All across this grand city of future seekers, the night sky is painted in an eerie, awful crimson. Tonight will be important for the future of Jump City. Tonight, 4 young heroes will change the world all around them. For better or worse, remains to be seen. Good morning, afternoon, and or evening, ladies, gents, and all those in between and beyond that binary of the internet. Welcome back to Neon Lights Roleplay, and more specifically, welcome back to Jump City Sirens, our lovely masked comic tale for you all, here for issue 9. I'm Foxy. I am the editor for this lovely little production of ours, but I am not alone in the writer's room. I have with me a table full of incredibly creative souls, bountiful friends of mine, and of course, wonderful heroes seeking the future and kicking authority's ass in the process. I could tell you all about who they are and their incredible abilities, but I think they do that better themselves. So, friends, in the order that I call you out, please tell the internet who you are, where you can be found, and of course, who you are playing in tonight's tale. Let's start with the biggest heart and strongest arm. It's of course the one and only Corndog McGraw.
Aw, hey everyone, it's me, Corndog McGraw. I'm playing Cleo, our Nova. Not to be confused with the establishment named Nova.
Yeah, I probably should have thought about that before I named him that, but you know what? It's too late now.
Too late now!
we're not gonna retcon that one too intensely. We gotta wait till we break the multiverse first. We'll pull a Marvel, you know? Reset the whole universe, and then we'll rename some shit. In any case, while I figure that out for Season 7, let's pass it over next to the internet sensation that is Ollie Peach Senpai.
I'm Ollie Peach Senpai.
It's true.
Oh, wait, okay. I'm playing Morphine Aurelia, the outsider. Yep.
It's true. Those are both accurate statements. We're glad to have you back for it.
Thanks.
Over up next to the mother of mysteries and father of horrors, it is Meg Mysteria.
Hello, it is me, Meg or Meg Mysteria, and I am playing Mel, or Melina Dracos. Dracos is the right way to pronounce that. And she is the beacon of our party.
Our lovely little light in the darkness. Let's hope she shines bright enough to cut through what's happening tonight. But before I get too ominous, of course, last but certainly very far from least, even as the grocery prices go down, they are still the most expensive egg on your grocery shelf. It's Egg Chan.
Woo! Hi, I'm Emily or Egg Chan, and I have the joy of playing number 5 tonight, your Nova Infiltrator? I don't know, gang.
What?
We'll see what goes down.
Don't spoil our 2 yet. I mean, what?
Uh-oh.
What?
And of course, looking ferocious tonight, Fives, if I may say so myself, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. And lastly, but certainly very far from leastly, I'm of course Foxy using the he, they pronouns. I play everyone who's not these 4 incredible people, which is hard to do because they're really good at their jobs, and I'll show you how good they are right about now. But first, let's scene set, shall we? We find ourselves panning wide across a night sky lit with the off blue and purple of twilight, and under that, the hard, heavy haze of red-orange as the central district is consumed in destruction. In the middle of this large square, at one end of which sits the tall, spiraling helix building that is Nova HQ, flames rise and cascade all around. Debris from buildings seem already cascaded about the area. This looks less like a city center and more like a battleground. And in fact, that's not the worst way to describe it. Sirens wail in the distance as police and response units are clearly on site. Nova guards are standing with rifles raised high and taking shots where they can as they are swept aside by shadow beasts or barreled into by a giant lizard-like shape, or some simply crushed under massive boulders chucked at Mach 3. It is a scene of chaos. And it happens to be the scene that you five, or four I should say, are all on your way directly to. It is chaotic in a way that doesn't necessarily make sense. People panic and run and flee. Devastation is wrought all around this place. And high up in the tallest peak of this building, looking down with arms folded and a brow knit tight in so much frustration, stares one Katrina Victory. Who do we have on hand? Behind her, her assistant, with green hair, flips his back up and opens a tablet. We have 7 teams out in sectors 14 through 37. Civilian response is on session, but there's not too many who can respond right now. I believe the Sirens are inbound. They will have to do that. Should I assist them, madam? No. I need you here. As a mobile reserve. We have to figure out why he's here first. It can only be one reason, ma'am. Well, then we have to prepare ourselves for whatever comes next. Lock down all sectors. Call anyone we can. Prepare for contingency plans 1 through 7. That many, ma'am? Whatever it takes. Understood. And so, as the camera pans back over our intrepid Sirens, who ended session a bit dissonant, separated, and, let's say, turbulent over some things. So my question I have for you, my dear friends, who have all clearly noticed the smoke and flames around Nova HQ and clearly know something bad's going down there. In fact, given the way you guys have talked, I don't think any of you are under any impositions around what's happening right now. So my important question is, one, I guess we already covered immediate responses in the last episode. So yeah, you know what? We'll jump to the important question. Which of you gets here first?
Who's closest?
That's up to you guys.
Well,
This is comic logic, baby.
I think Mel and I are still in the Draco's house. Cleo left, and Fives left as well. So I would assume Mel and I would get there later, because the Draco's house is further.
That seems reasonable. If we're going by like the geographical logic of last session, then it would probably be Cleo arriving first, and then Fives, and then you two not too long after that. There's no reason we have to abide by that order. That is easily, you could have gotten delayed. Some of you can fly, others can't. That might change your arrival times.
I was gonna say, I want a scooter! What do you
I can
mean?
fly faster than Cleo can scooter. Depends how we want to play that one.
It's gonna be
It's
like,
entirely up to you all.
we don't know if Cleo's going.
There'll be a text in the group chat. You guys see that? And I will send a picture from where I'm at of just smoke on the horizon.
I'll send one from the bedroom window.
Aurelia doesn't respond.
Or will we
I don't
miss
think you
it?
have your phone with
Oh,
you.
but Aurelia does text Tyson. Oh, wait. She asked Mel. Because I don't think she ever got Tyson's number like that.
I mean, we could easily assume you did at some point if that's the thing you want to. You did talk to him at a party for a while.
I feel like he would have to have my number. Would you? Okay. Is there a
I'll
possibility
give
that
you
he
his
has?
number.
Or I'll take. I think Aurelia would take your phone and say Nova HQ now, Aurelia. Oh no, Nova HQ now. This is Aurelia.
You see dots as if someone's typing something as you like hand your phone back to Mel. It's a series of question marks, and then there's more typing. It's more question marks, and then there's more typing. Fuck it, on my way.
I mean, whether it's good or bad, we'll find out.
Yeah. I think, Fives will text back. Hard to miss from up here. As they're flying inbound.
Aurelia's gonna turn to Mel and say, "Shall we go?"
I was already grabbing her stuff out of her bag to change.
Sorry, the thunder's like popping off over here. I'm like, that's getting a little close.
It's for dramatic effect, that's all it is. It's the ambience, you know?
Yes, yes. We do not have to go out of the front door if you do not wish.
I've jumped out the window before.
You would not have to jump with me.
Oh, well, that makes this way easier.
Okay, so thematically, would Mel be princess carried, fireman carried, or piggyback?
Princess, give me that bridal carry. That's what I was about to interrupt with, and I was like, don't interrupt the scene. But you should definitely princess.
Princess. I think princess.
Okay.
Absolutely. That feels appropriate.
You heard him.
So, I think that just leaves the question of Cleo. What are you doing in response to this?
Huffing and then going in that direction.
That's appropriate.
I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna do it.
So, let's play it like this, friends, for the sake of making this nice and dramatic and effective. Fives, you are already inbound and also airborne, so it's pretty easy for you to egress yourself towards that point. So you start kind of anchoring down and spiraling in a downward descent towards Nova HQ. And it's as you're descending that you catch a shadow kind of cross your vision, also in the air. And as you kind of like arc, you can see that someone else flies not far from you until wafting on bat wings, maybe a good 10, 15 feet from you, is Shriek. Well, fancy meeting you here.
Shocker. Get out of my
Come
way.
to play, hero. As much as I would hate to tussle with you, I do have orders.
Let's make this quick then.
Couldn't agree more. And she spirals away from you towards the ground.
If she's going away, then I'm gonna keep going towards the building.
Well, I mean, that's like she's like going down towards the building, clearly.
Oh, okay. Then I will chase in pursuit.
Fives, you chase in pursuit, and eventually you find yourself kind of almost skidding to the ground in front of Nova HQ. The scene around you is chaotic. There are overturned cars, Nova troopers firing, there's chaos everywhere, buildings are damaged, fires are raging. It's a mess. And it's not like there's a whole lot happening here. The only thing you notice, aside from like as you're like, you know, seeing Nova guards fire, is that it looks like there's clearly a figure in the middle who's definitely Animus, you can tell, as he's kind of like hunched over and has that hood over his head, who's waving his hands around and with like gathering of like strange dark pools in them. You can see the shadows around are almost like leaping to life as these strange malformed things and like jumping and attacking guards and tearing into people. A group of them jump for what looks like maybe a couple of civilians tucking behind a building, and then something invisible just knocks them away, sends them flying. And then you hear something softly land next to you, and Sable fades into existence next to you. Oh, about time we got some backup.
I came as soon as I saw.
You know what the hell they're here for?
The kid.
Oh, damn it. And it's right as you're saying that, yeah, let's say Cleo, you show up at you show up at this point. You scootered into the scene, you see Fives and Sable standing there. Sable is clearly standing, but definitely is like, you can see his shoulders moving as he's like breathing a bit hard. Clearly haven't been fighting for a while. On the other side of the building, you can see Animus again waving his hands around with magic, and Shriek swooping in and landing not far from him.
Ugh. Okay. Animus is part of Nova, right?
No. He's Cypress
No.
League.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who are they looking at right now? Or are they just looking at the overall scene?
Seems like they're, definitely staring down Fives and Sable, but also just causing calamity all around them.
Anywhere you want me, Fives?
I don't know. What's the plan, Sable?
Seems like they're mostly just causing collateral, spreading us around. They're hitting whatever sector they can. Troopers are spread thin and they're just causing damage. We need to focus them in, but we need numbers to do that.
Right. Can I see on the battlefield, or like where we're at right now, anything that looks like an attempt to get down to the elevator shafts that we know go deep beneath the ground?
Not at current. It seems like for the most part, the two villains you see right now are just outside causing destruction. Shriek is just like shattering windows and like breaking into whatever she can and like throwing things around. Animus is just summoning shadow monsters to wreak havoc everywhere they can. And it's as you're like looking around on the scene, you see a car sail past the three of you, already on fire and like clearly damaged, tumble down the street and thankfully land empty into like and smash into a building. And as you look back, you can clearly see the person that threw it, as a large, muscled, lizard-like woman is standing in the street, huffing with a wide smile on her face.
Shit. What's the over-under on this being a distraction? Keeping us outside, focused on all of this, versus inside?
It's likely. Shriek wouldn't let me get near the building.
It's as you're thinking of this, you notice another figure seeming to fly in gently, floating in from above. In fact, it's not one person, it's two, actually, and thankfully friendly. Aurelia and Mel, you slowly float down onto this chaotic scene and see again your, I guess 4 at this point, three aforementioned allies, and the 3 villains. Again, just mostly weighing down the scene and dodging attacks where they can.
I'll take on Shriek. The rest of you can split up the other 2 how you want, and then subdue, get inside.
Heard.
I can offer up shields for anyone when going to encounter people. I was gonna do something, but I don't think Cleo has let anyone know that she can do that move yet. So.
Cleo, there's a lot you're sitting on. I was about to say something.
Cleo, do you make that comment about shields out loud?
I probably did.
You hear a voice behind you. Oh, you do shields now? That's new! You turn. It's Uplink.
God damn it.
else? And Sable.
Uplink
Enough
is a baddie, right? No?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
She's
she's
one of
one
the
of the
Cypress League
Cypress
members.
So annoying.
Have we gotten eyes on Jet anywhere?
Uplink says, I had new toys to show you, but if you're looking for the big man, and she points upward, something slams into the roof of a nearby building, the one she's standing just in front of. A cloud of dust kicks up. Someone steps a single foot in front of it. And it's Jet. He doesn't look the same, though. You can see, like, his posture is slightly slouched. His hair seems a lot less contained, a little bit more wild. And he is not wearing the leather jacket he had previously. He just has, like, a simple red tank top on. And his, like, vents, you can see there are several of them, like, going down his arms and down his legs. And with, like, the benefit of where you can see it now, he also appears to have two big ones on his, like, the back of his shoulders. He leans forward. Where's victory?
Likely her office?
Why
Can
did
Aurelia
you tell him?
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's where I
that's-
would be
that's
if I was an
common sense,
employee of a
right?
place. If I was an employee, I would be where I'm supposed to be. But also, the building is on fire. So perhaps not.
Could Aurelia potentially use like her energy reading to see if like Jet got like fucked up energy in him compared to like where he was before?
Please roll to unleash your powers. You're gonna roll plus
Okay.
freak.
Ooh, she a
I would
freaky.
also like to do.
Freak.
She a freaky lady.
Are you
I don't
also
think I
We
can do
had
it.
them outnumbered. Unfortunate.
Ooh, full hit.
a full hit? Yeah, Aurelia, it's not even hard to pick it up. It's not like you don't even have to necessarily, like, really reach out your perceptions to feel it. There is this reek, this aura, just palling around Jet, just gathered all around him, a inky shadow leaking out of his aura that does not feel right at all, but does feel like him.
Aurelia shares this by saying, "What the fuck did she say?" Something that's different. He is oozing some unfamiliar yet familiar energy. Be cautious. This could prove to be quite an issue.
And this whole
I'm gonna
thing is
make this.
quite an issue.
I'm gonna make this real simple, he says, and there is a notable grit in the back of his voice. You crawl in there, and you tell that redheaded bitch to bring my nephew out, or I tear this place apart until she does.
What are we, your messengers now?
He flexes, and steam erupts out of his arms, and, like, literally blows, like, AC units and metal pipes and things off of the building, which is certainly a lot more force than you've seen his jets applied before. I'm not fucking around.
Can I do a move?
Absolutely.
I would like to use my move straight up creeping.
Talk to me.
I'ma roll it. It's so I get when you scope out a person or place, I roll mundane, and I get a list of questions.
Hit it. Roll that mundane. An 8 is a hit.
8.
literally hit it.
Let's see.
What you got for questions for me? While I get some music playing again.
So I'm gonna pick who or what here is not what they seem.
Oh, easy. It's Jet. It's not even just the fact that, like, his aura is off. Mel, you saw him yesterday. You talked to him yesterday. You had a full conversation with this man yesterday. He does not look the same way he does. And I don't mean, like, just, like, physical looks. Like, there's something off in his stare. He seems unhinged.
Vol said his realm was a realm of desire, right?
He did say that.
That's in character.
Oh, my bad. I'm shutting the fuck up.
I'll be honest, he said so much stuff I couldn't keep track.
Do we think there's been an influence that has created some motivation?
No, the motivation was already there. I think it's just been capitalized on. Something has taken over.
Do we think Katrina's not able to handle herself? If we were to go get her?
I don't know about bringing her out, but is it worth assessing what she wants?
I think her resources are already out.
Vibes.
Question out of character. Is she an altered? Is Katrina Victory an altered?
Not as far as you know.
Okay. Sorry, continue.
Saying, in response to your question about, like, do we know if Victory can handle herself, Sable actually does pipe in and just say, like, we're spread thin out here. Agents are deployed too far. Cypress League add-ons are hitting the city everywhere. We're spread out. This is planned.
Yes. Yes, that much was clear. And if we give them what they want?
The kid?
No, he asked for Katrina.
No, he
So she can-
told her to bring out the kid.
Oh, I thought he had just asked for Katrina.
No.
I missed something when I had my headset on.
Aurelia will turn to Fives and kind of say, "This is your home. What do you want?"
I have a feeling she already knows what he wants.
I didn't ask that. I asked what you wanted.
I have no interest in playing messenger for this jackass.
Then it sounds like we're fighting.
Could have fooled me.
Jet steps forward a bit more. And just... She's too cowardly to come out here. And I'll string all your corpses up and use that to bait her out. Get out of my way. Or die.
Is this what you want Grayson to see?
Ooh, that was a horrible choice of words, honey.
She knows very well what she said.
The foot he has on the building under it, like the wall, cracks as he steps on it some more. Don't Stay his name, and fires off his jets.
Yeah, she immediately makes distance from the others because she knows that he's coming after her.
Yep. Gang, it's time to enter combat as a team.
Can
Well, fuck.
Yeah, I know, right? Isn't it great?
Oh.
All right, so
Out of all people you
Man.
could pick a fight with, Mel.
yeah, honestly, could
It's really
Aurelia
hard to keep you safe.
She's
move
trying to be kept
defend?
safe.
That's
Can
fair.
Aurelia move to defend and like use some of her energy to like make a shield?
before any
Put
other
on
moves
her back?
happen, let's handle our entering battles as a team first, and then we'll see about any moves we want to jump into real quick.
Copy,
So,
copy.
First things first. I'm the realist.
Ayo.
Time hasn't passed, so we're keeping you guys' current team pool level, which is at 5 from last session. So when you enter battle as a team, you add 2 to the team pool. The team pool's at 7 currently. From there, does the leader have influence over every team member?
Who's the leader?
That's a question for you guys.
I feel like the only person who is capable of being the leader right now would be Mel, because they are the only one that I believe that has influence over all of us.
The question is, are we relying on Mel to go into Nova? A place that she is only recently affiliated with?
I mean, you don't have to have
Don't-
familiarity to be the leader. I feel like
That's fair.
it's just
Call the
more
shot.
of, are they gonna make the call?
Tell someone else to go in. You, do this.
All right, so if we're calling Mel the leader, Mel, you have influence over everybody, yes?
Yes.
That's 8. If everyone has the same purpose in this fight, add another team. Tell me, friends, what are you here for in this fight?
To end it.
Stop the Cypress League.
Stop the Cypress League. Fuck these guys.
Keep Grayson safe.
You know, those do sound like separate motivations, I'm not gonna lie. So we're keeping it at 8 for now. Does any team member mistrust the leader of the team?
I don't think so.
Nah.
Does anyone feel they are ill-prepared or off-balance?
Wait, does this mean like conditions?
No, just like you feel like you're not really, your head isn't in the game, you're not ready for this, narratively.
Nah.
Then it sounds like we're keeping that team pool at its 9.
We have a lot of team pool this time, guys.
Yeah.
Make sure you fucking use them, gang!
Yeah, I have a feeling we're gonna need it.
Yeah.
So, here's what I'm gonna say we're gonna do, right? So we're gonna follow the action as it's happening. There's a jet actively flying at Mel as fast as possible. Aurelia, you're going to react and try to throw up a shield, yes?
Yeah, but I'm gonna like do it where I'm like, I have Mel in my arms like that, and then the shield's like rounded on my back.
Cute, I like that. Let's get
Yeah.
to defend someone. If you could please roll plus savior.
Oh, my savior sucks. Can I borrow from the team pool already?
So you
I
just
mean,
grabbed Mel and
Yeah.
pulled her in because Mel tried to book it.
Come back!
Well, I
We
think
don't see
before,
Chloe jump
I
in
feel
front
like
of you.
before you booked it, she would have probably tried to do that.
Fair.
Oh shit, I don't even need the team pool. Fuck the team pool. I got an 8.
Alright, on a hit with that move, it costs you. You can either escalate the situation, or expose yourself to danger. Your choice.
What does escalating entail?
That's up to me.
I guess I could expose my... Wait. I don't think it's good to expose myself to danger so early in the fight.
It's a fight, it's gonna happen eventually.
I'll escalate it.
Escalating sounds fun.
Fine. Aurelia, for one, add 1 team to the pool. Take
Somebody do
influence over someone you protect. So take influence over Mel if you don't already have it.
Okay, does that mean I could shift their labels? Because that means I would have double influence.
Then yes, it is. You can also clear condition.
Oh,
So,
wait.
go ahead
I
and-
can clear their condition or my own condition?
Your condition.
I don't have a condition.
Then you don't clear anything.
Well, la-ti-da.
Must be nice to be so carefree in this world, Aurelia.
So while you think about what labels you want to shift for Mel, what happens is you get in front of Mel as she's trying to retreat, and you throw a shield up around you. Jet smashes into it so hard that this shield of energy cracks, and he rebounds off of it and slams through like a car. That car explodes next to a building. And you're pretty sure that building isn't empty and there are people in there who are in danger now. And as the car wreckage is sitting there aflame, Jet just strides out of it. Clearly very, very fucking angry.
Motions control him. I'll try to see the situation. Make sure there are no casualties among the civilians. Do your best to stay safe, Mel.
Thank you. I thought that might calm him down if he thought about the consequences to his nephew, but I guess he's too controlled.
He has this habit of putting his emotions before logic. You saw it in the last fight. It's happening again, but more extreme this time.
Jet powers his Jet on again and comes flying at you with a high kick into the camera panel as it kind of cuts away. Cleo, Fives, and Sable, you three are kind of, back to each other, kind of watching each other for a while. Uplink is on one side of you, Scylla to another side. Animus is somewhere else, and Shriek is up in the air, still kind of circling slowly. Uplink, just like, well, if we're already fighting, then I suppose I should probably go ahead and start with, and she holds her hand out, her fingers split open, and a projector kind of like pops up metallically, and she points it at you all, and it glows with red energy. And she starts firing plasma beams at you all. How do you respond?
I'll throw up a shield to protect us all.
Seems like you're gonna be
like, as I'm doing that, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, this is so annoying! As I roll to gain burn.
Gain yourself some burn.
Hot, on fire.
And then while you're doing that, why don't you also go ahead and roll me some plus savior to defend somebody?
For me, I get to roll plus 3.
Oh shit, hell yeah.
Okay, so I have 3 burn. So,
hell yeah.
Beep, beep, beep. Because that's one of my powers.
A full hit.
Bang, bang, motherfucker.
Absolutely.
So, with that move, let me pull it up on my sheet real quick. Because I think shielding, you call up a fast protective shield to stop at danger, spend 1 burn, rolling plus freak instead of savior to defend something. So, I would like to think that the shield is not visible at all. Instead, as the plasma radiation kind of like rolls over it, that's when you see the edge.
Absolutely. It's very, very thin, almost incandescent, like iridescent barrier that kind of only shows very briefly as it gets impacted. And Fives, as you kind of like, shield yourself and disable, almost like kind of like ducks behind you, you find nothing hits you as there's this almost invisible bubble around you. And Uplink brings her arm up. You do shields now.
I've always done shields, dipshit. And then I'm just gonna start walking towards them with the shield out and just be like, you don't know where it is. She's like, try to sneaky move forward towards them.
I have to see how strong this is, and she starts charging the plasma up higher and like firing out even more intensity. As you are weathering this barrage, Fives, the ground starts rumbling a little bit. You look to your right. There is a lizard-sized cannonball coming at you as fast as she can possibly run in a shoulder tuck. What are you doing?
Ooh, just like Juggernaut.
Going up!
Exactly. Alright then, in that case, it sounds like this is probably gonna be unleashing your powers to try to like get out of the way necessarily if you're not directly engaging her.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and have you roll to unleash your powers then. Please roll plus freak.
bet.
8, a hit. Oh, this is actually great. I love this. So I can tell you how the effect is temporary or unstable. So 5s, you flap your wings hard and try to work on ascending. Sable literally just like backflips over Cleo, trying to get out of the way. You take off 5s, and Cleo, you're able to like 5s, you jump outside of the barrier. Cleo, your bubble is hit by a Scylla, and it literally has enough force that it pushes you, so it's kind of sending you in one direction. And 5s, as you ascend
towards uplink.
Yes. 5s, as you start ascending and going upwards, Scylla swipes at you. It doesn't hurt you, but it does kind of alter your trajectory somewhat and send you kind of spiraling. You collide straight into Shriek, and you two are now kind of like furballing it up in the air.
Okay, well that got me where I wanted to go. Long term.
In either case,
into the ground.
So Scylla keeps barreling in that straight line. It is now clearly charging straight forward into like whatever she can. That building's still on fire with Jet kind of like, you know, pirouetting and kind of cascading through between Aurelia and Mel. There's a lot happening right now, friends. So rather than me giving you a thing to respond, why don't you guys tell me what happens here? How does someone break away and do something different? How does someone engage someone? There's still an Animus in the back doing weird shadow magic. I'm gonna keep doing the hand waving because it's really fun. I'm not gonna lie. Don't look up like World of Warcraft casting animations. You'll understand what I'm going for here.
So 2 things.
Talk to me.
One thing, I'm shifting Mel's labels like down mundane, because fuck mundane and up freak. It makes sense. It makes sense for like, I feel like Aurelia, because she freaky as fuck. She ain't nothing mundane about her.
I get it. I could see the angle of like Aurelia's influence on Mel is making her feel less like a normal person and more like she's, you know, blending into this world of heroes and strangeness. I see it. I see it.
Also because whatever. Second, I think Aurelia is going to try to take on Jet and unleash her powers if she can.
I'm gonna say if you're trying to take on Jet, you're gonna roll to directly engage the threat, if you don't mind.
Fuck. But I want to use my powers specifically.
Oh, you use your powers all the time. Unleashing your powers is a bit of a different, like, specific thing here.
Okay. But can I tell you how I want to use my powers?
Of course you can.
Okay, so you know I could density control?
You sure can.
Can I bring down his mass, like, to so low that he can't move? I mean, to so high that he can't move? Sorry.
It's theoretically possible to increase his density to make it harder for him to move. So, the only thing is, because of the way your powers work, you need to get very close to him and, like, can't stay in contact in order to do it. So, that's where the roll's gonna come in. Let's see that plus danger.
Okay, let's get freaky with, dangerous with it.
What's up, danger?
8.
A hit! You're gonna pick one. You can either resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, impress, surprise, or frighten them. The last one is my choice of the 3.
You said defend a blow?
Resist or avoid their blows.
Okay, so he's not hitting me, so I don't think that. Wait, is he gonna try to hit me? Is that like?
If you're directly engaging your threat, so yeah, you guys will trade blows no matter what, unless you two choose to resist or avoid their blows.
Okay, so how can I do this so I can use my powers on him?
Well, so the effect's gonna happen no matter what. Like, you're gonna get some of what you want here. The question is, like, in trying to increase his density, do you think you're trying to, like, do that to avoid getting hurt? Do that to make opportunity for your friends? Are you doing that to, like, take something from him? Whether it's, like, take advantage from him, take position from him, take something from him literally?
I feel like maybe we'll go for, like, the last one, which is impress, surprise.
Impress, surprise, or frighten?
Yeah.
I like it. So, Jet comes careening at you with a kind of a downwards crescent kick with, like, an incredible velocity, and you, like, take the brunt of it and use the contact to begin channeling your power through him, and he sinks, slams into the ground so hard that it cracks, and just... What? And he's like, trying to bring himself up. He looks at you, rage in his eyes, and is like clearly struggling to move right now. I'm gonna tell you that of the three, he's surprised. How that reacts and what that means, well, we'll come back to that in a bit. Before that, though, Mel, what are you doing right now?
Mel's gonna ask Aurelia, Aurelia, are you okay if I go make sure the civilians in that building are okay?
Aurelia is gonna turn towards.
Or maybe
Mel
I should
very
go.
quickly.
Or maybe I should go help them. Running over to the group, dealing with the swarm.
Mm-hmm.
I would Aurelia. If you remember, before Aurelia directly engaged with Jet, she said that she wanted to check on the civilians. So like, I think that's more in plan with her, even if she's not directly responding, because I feel like she would be focused on Jet right now. But yeah, that's up to you. But that's what she said prior, before she like was gonna take a high kick from this motherfucker, this fucking engine.
Nigga with the high kick, low kick. My nigga Chun-Li in your ass. Anyway, go ahead.
Are there other
You
people
try.
that are part of the Cypress League doing shit besides these?
Animus is
Besides
still
the group here.
Oh, besides the group here, they're so from what Sable said, they're like allies and like attaches and lesser members are causing shit and havoc all over the city, which is why there's so few heroes here to actually help defend.
With our group, is there any other Cypress League in this area?
Outside of the ones you can see, no. I mean, Animus is over there in the corner doing shadow magic, obviously. But aside from the gang who's all here, no one else has shown up yet.
So if I try to
should still be in captivity.
So if I do something to deal with Animus and get him off the guards' backs, they can help with civilians.
Absolutely.
I've got a plan. And yes, I'm gonna go fuck with Animus.
Let's go directly engage a threat. Please roll plus danger.
Let's go fight Animus.
Let's go fighting.
Why did you say that like the let's go gambling?
That was the point. That was the point. That was the point.
7.
All right, so you're gonna pick one from this list. You can resist or avoid their blows. Take something from them, which can be like a metaphorical thing, like position or like focus or ability to concentrate or whatever. Create an opportunity for your allies, which could be, the guards or your other people, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Create an opportunity for my allies, and in that, directing the guards to work on helping civilians.
All right. So that means you are going to trade blows. Please roll to take a powerful blow. Roll plus conditions you have. Also, I should mark that for Animus. He's gonna do a move.
An 8.
An 8. So you can choose one from this list. You can either lash out verbally and provoke a teammate to foolhardy action or take advantage of your influence over somebody. So put the condition. You can give ground. Your opposition gets an opportunity. Or struggle past the pain. Mark 2 conditions.
Struggle past the pain.
All right, go ahead and mark 2 conditions. Tell me which ones.
I'm gonna do insecure and angry.
Absolutely. Mel, tell me how you engage Animus. What happens here? What kind of kung fu bullshit are you pulling on this nigga?
How is he performing his magic?
He clearly is standing in what looks to be some kind of like summon circle. There are like there's runic symbols you can see it glowing on the ground, kind of imprinted from his magic. And he's clearly waving and channeling through the various with his hands, waving and channeling various forms of like magical energy. He's not moving and clearly has to be like focused on whatever strange weaving he's doing. You don't know magic, so you have no idea. But yeah, concentration spell, pretty much.
I'm sorry. My DM would be proud.
This is true.
Where's she at?
I'm your DM right now, and I'm.
Oh, okay. My GM is proud.
I think she's just going to go try to directly go for it and just straight run. And if he tries to just be prepared if he tries to get in her way and dip and dive shadows, and just go with a double kick for his chest and try to force him out of this circle.
Yeah.
Just force him to move.
I think if you want, Mel, and I think this might be appropriate for how you took some damage or whatever, you're charging at him, running straight for him. He kind of sees you and does a bit of weaving, and something comes at you from the right, some malformed shadow creature. You leap up and spin kick it in the head. It deforms into mist. You land and keep running. 2 more come at you. 1 you slide under. 1 kind of scrapes past you and kind of damages your uniform somewhat. Kind of maybe flips your face a little bit. You just kind of roll with it, and he's like, okay, cool, I got her, no problem. You take the roll and come up flying. First kick to the chest sends him backwards. You come forward again. Second kick, he goes right out of the circle and hits the ground.
Yay! I did it.
He falls over. The circle scatters away into purple mist and magic, and he looks up at you. And you kind of look at the guards, and they nod and start clearly running off to towards the building and towards wherever they can offer more assistance. Animus looks at you and throws his hand out, and for all of you, everybody here, the whole area gets darker. Lights dim, the flames grow darker, and the shadows twist and writhe and throw up awkward walls and cliffs, and the landscape no longer becomes this even organized street, but just this chaotic mess of uneven shadows jutting at awkward angles, changing the whole landscape of the fight. It's one of his moves he gets to do when he takes a condition.
Oh, fun. He took a condition. I gave him a condition. Is he still in front of me, or did this wall something?
Oh, he absolutely put a shadow in front of you and is clearly trying to get away from you because you're scary. Fight good. But Mel, you are sort of sitting here, kind of looking around in the darkness, trying to see what's going on. And it's as you are looking around, trying to see what's happening, that you're realizing, oh hell, he's perfectly separated me from just about everybody else. I don't have any idea where anybody else is in all this darkness, and I can't fly or anything, so I kind of have to just wait for an opening until I can do anything. And that's maybe a bit of where that insecure comes from. Is damn, even though I did good, I still found myself in somewhere where I can't really do a whole lot right now.
Huh.
And I
thought I did a good thing, but I kind of fucked up.
Hey, it's, sometimes you do both, right? And I think it's at that moment, Cleo, you have been, sent towards Uplink, and you're, rocketing towards her. A shadow wall manifests in the middle, and you smack into it. Doesn't hurt you too bad, but it definitely is a sudden shift in your perspective. Uplink comes around the corner and just... Okay, look. All I'm saying is, you do not want to scream in my brain right now.
Would it waste my turn to assess the situation? As to why I don't want to do this?
I don't believe in turns.
I want to scream in his...
I don't believe in turns. Go ahead and roll assess the situation.
Please love that for me.
Please roll plus superior.
Oh, great. That's a 0. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Heart of the cards. Heart of the cards.
Believe. Oof! On a miss. Take that one potential, though. Take that potential, though, family. Hold on to that.
Ooh, I get to become a different person.
You do. Well, while you hold on to that, you have no idea why the hell she would say that. That doesn't even make a lot of sense. Or unless honestly, either that or you think it's a bait, or it's not a bait, but it's more of a. It's literally
it's
just
kind of
her being
are you baiting me right now?
Please don't hurt me.
But you think it might be because you know that one of her alterations is that she's incredibly smart. So maybe it's literally her being no, please don't do that. It's going to hurt a whole lot. You don't know for certain. What do you want to
do? Will Grayson be safe?
Jet isn't going to stop until he gets him back. and he'll hurt a lot more people until that happens. I just think this is for the best.
But will Grayson be safe?
We'll do everything that we can for him. We'll take care of him the best as we can. We'll work with his power. It's just, he can't be with Nova. It's not going to happen that way.
Remind me again, above the table, what Uplink's powers are?
She has 2 alterations. 1, she is probably the smartest woman in the universe. 2, she has a weaponized techno-organism fused to her body, letting her, like, manifest weird techno shit all over her body. Whether she created it or just found it and let it bond with her, nobody knows.
You do be roboting.
Speaking of, she's gonna use a move now, if you don't mind. She went... I'm very glad you didn't scream in my brain, though. Because I would've did this. And she holds her hand out, and a emitter opens. Cleo, your ears start to scream. Like something in your brain is being rung like a gong.
I'm just gonna kind of scream a little bit and say I would have helped you, and then I'm gonna spend burn to move. I'm gonna teleport myself inside of Nova HQ.
Interesting.
You could teleport?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Shields
You are suddenly gone in a blink. Uplink staring, several lenses popping out over her eyes as she's... How did she... Where's Jet? Where's everyone? And we're gonna follow that action in just a moment, actually. Because, first off, I do want to know, Cleo, is there like a visible light when you teleport? Is there like a flash? Is there an indicator that you've done this? What happens?
I like to think that it's like a, you know, with film cameras, when you take that picture and it like shoots across the screen, the little 2 plastic folds happen. That's what happens, but it like just, and then like it like shrinks. So Cleo's mid is the last thing anyone sees. So if she's mooning someone, like that'd be the last thing they would see before she blinked out. But in this instance, she was probably doubled over in pain, so it just looked like a weird blink.
Exactly. You blink away and are gone. And you can see Uplink scanning and looking for your energy signature, and she looks over to HQ and clearly gains a scan on that. Jet, they're inside, she says to into her wrist. Aurelia, back with you. Actually, sorry, before that happens, we'll come right back then. Fives, you're in the air and you're tangling with Shriek. And while the landscape doesn't necessarily change for you because you're airborne, you can see that the whole sky and area around you all does still become dark with Animus's magic. And she's just, oh, the old man's at it again. Can you get off of me? What do you want to do?
Can I try to like drag her towards where I last saw Animus?
Directly engage a threat, please. Please roll plus danger.
Can I perhaps use my more than a shield?
I love when you use more than a shield. Tell me how you're more than a shield.
Yeah, so when you directly engage a threat by heading directly into danger without regard for your own safety, roll with Savior instead of danger.
Please roll plus Savior.
Alrighty.
What's up, Savior?
Since I am, bringing Shriek to Animus, hopefully I can knock Animus over and not make this worse for myself.
Let's get that rolling.
Pray for me.
An 11 on a full hit. Pick 2 from the list. You can resist or avoid her blows. Take something from them. Create an opportunity from your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I would like to resist and avoid the blows and create an opportunity for my allies.
Perfect. I love that. Mel, you're sitting around looking for like an egress point, some kind of exit, and suddenly you hear a whistling from above you as like a meteorite Fives with a Shriek in front of her, in front of them, just barrels through the shadow and smashes through a wall next to you. The shadow disperses, light pours in, and Shriek, Fives, and Animus tumble into a ball.
Watch your head!
Okay.
Smoke
That would have
clears.
been better as a heads up with the communicator, but thank you.
You know. Potato, potato.
You know.
Mel,
Hey,
the shadow,
in the heat of battle here, you know?
You know what I'm saying?
seems-
You know what I'm saying?
Not a precise art.
it seems with Animus a bit distracted, Mel. Like, the shadow magic around you kind of dissipates enough that you can see Aurelia still, like, pressing Jet down with magic, with her energy. You can see...
Dominating him.
It's true. You can see...
Oh,
you can see, Scylla has, like, gotten up from where she, like, impacted that building, and is now, like, lifting up a car and preparing to, like, throw it wherever she can. In fact, she's throwing it right at you!
Oh no.
What's your
Me?
game plan?
Well, I was gonna tie down Animus so he couldn't pull bullshit again, but now I'm dodging a car.
Alright, please roll to... I feel like it's gonna either be Unleash Your Powers, or... If you plan to, like, counterattack somehow, I'll take Directly Engage a Threat.
Five's in line with this too? Or is it just me?
Fives is tumbled into Shriek and Animus somewhere over on the side, so it seems like it's mostly just you.
Okay.
I would hope that Scylla wouldn't throw a car on Animus. I don't think his little bones could take it.
I don't think she,
I feel like she would. She would do it.
I don't think she cares that much, dude.
I'm trying to think of how to directly engage a threat here.
I will say, the threat does not have to be Scylla. It can be somebody else. That's fine. You can dodge the car and then, like, attack somebody else. That's fine.
Okay. Then I think I'll do that.
Sure.
Because as Scylla, I know my matchup and I know I can't do Scylla.
Out of my weight
the
class.
But could Mel do Scylla?
You know? Maybe.
Not to give you another correction.
Now I need to know the downstairs
I
mix
have
up.
potential!
Alright. On a miss, you're now going to roll to take a powerful blow. So, please roll plus conditions you have marked, but also mark potential.
Hey Foxy, you know what time it is?
I know what time it is. I'm aware. I'm ready for it. We'll get there.
Oh. I was gonna say, everybody's failing and nobody's
6.
taking from the team pool.
So, yeah, mark
Yeah,
another
we've got team
potential.
pool.
I think Meg
I do.
wants to fail for the potential.
I want to fail.
Oh.
Didn't you only need one? Oh,
Failing
God.
up.
So first
Well,
one.
no, to be fair, missing on taking a powerful blow is a good thing, because that means that you stand strong.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew.
So, Mel, you are able to just, like, leap out of the way and dodge roll away from this car that sails towards you. It sails over your head, over Five's head, smashes into the front of Nova HQ, putting a nice, decent-sized hole in the front in the front entrance.
Oh no. They have an in.
We cut back to Aurelia, who you have been holding Jet down with your density magic for as long as you can. And he is, again,
Oh, I'm not magical.
struggling, trying to... Sorry, I can't... That's magic again. You've been holding down with Jet with your density control for a while. And he is still, again, struggling against you, trying to move as best as he can with his muscles weighing 10 times their normal weight. I need you to do me a favor and roll take a powerful blow.
What the fuck?
Roll
What
plus
the-
positions marked.
Roll. Just
Plus positions
wait.
you have marked.
Just roll in a d6.
Yeah, then just roll 2d6.
2 of them. I got a
6.
4.
4 total. So yeah, you stand strong actually. So here's what happens, Aurelia. As you're holding down Jet as hard as you can, he starts struggling against you more and more. And then you hear that comm go off, and you hear Uplink's voice. Jet, they're inside. And he snaps. His eyes go bright red, and you start seeing purplish lines are eating their way up his face and down his arms. And he starts pushing. And as you're putting more and more into your density, like you have him weigh as much as a small meteorite right now. And he is still pushing against you harder and harder. You won't take Grayson! And as he's pushing harder, out of his jets from his shoulders and arms, not steam, but flames start erupting as literal, like, jet engines erupt out of him, and he grabs your leg and smashes you into the ground.
What?
You hit hard. You hit the pavement hard. You shake it off as it doesn't actually hurt you that much, but you lose your grip on him, and he kicks you away. You sail into a building. It doesn't hurt. You're okay, but oh man, you didn't know he'd get this strong.
I think I'm gonna use my communicator for the first time.
That's growth. And that's growth.
That is growth. We're proud of you, boo.
Look at Relic. Last episode and this episode, she's like a whole different person. Anyway, she uses her communicator for like the first time. He's out. There's an issue. Check Nova.
Animus's magic settles enough that suddenly you can all see the scene around you. Shriek has pushed away from you fives and is clearly just trying to get the hell away because she's not trying to fight you. Animus looks like he might actually be down for the count with how hard you knocked Shriek into him. And Scylla is just standing there, still stepping forward, and in the middle of this scene, wreathed in fire and breathing out steam, is Jet huffing. And the energy you feel leaking off of him feels just like fall.
Oh fuck. I'm gonna say it then. Communicate once again. Wow, growth. Fall's got to him. He isn't himself anymore.
I told that horned bastard I'd give anything to keep him safe. They can't have him. I won't let them change him.
Can Aurelia like talk to him?
I think there's a moment where you're all standing there staring, trying to figure out what exactly to do. The panel freezes on Jet, huffing out steam and his bloodshot red eyes. And before we figure out what to do, let's give our Sirens a very quick break. Don't flip that page, touch that dial, or turn that channel, as we'll be right back with more high-intensity comic action in just a few moments. Take care. We return not to the immediate scene of chaos and calamity, but instead to the Dracos estate, where a woman looks outside of an office window and sees a fire not too far in Nova HQ. She turns, puts on a bracer. There's a flash of silver light, and suddenly, Athena is clasped in her suit of armor. She reaches out, pulls her silver steel shield from a closet, and looks out of the window. She turns over, walks into the hallway, pauses, and then walks over to the door. Milena, I was hoping we could... There was a problem at Nova HQ, and I have to go, and I was hoping I could... When I get home, can we... And she opens the door, and... Milena?
I just
I
realized
see that whole panel
It's just an
in
open window.
that whole
Yeah, I just
panel
realized
going
I
through that page.
I
So good.
snuck Mel the fuck out like so hard.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of panel cuts, we cut from that panel. Meanwhile, inside Nova HQ, Cleo, where in Nova HQ do you warp to?
I honestly think that she would warp to. I want to say she wants to warp to behind the desk where she knows the assistant normally sits.
Mm-hmm.
Like that room that's behind it. So like just one step, because like they went into Nova HQ. And so Cleo knows where the front desk is. She wants to be behind, like in the doors already, behind where the front.
Absolutely, no problem.
Because she remembers how to get to the elevators from that point.
Yep, you manifest, reappear, your head no longer burning in pain, and as you kind of taking your surroundings, you find, yes, you are directly in Nova HQ, right behind the front desk, which is clearly empty and abandoned, having already been evacuated, given, the everything that's happening. And as you start looking around, you start, well, what do you want to do?
So hear me out.
Uh-huh.
We believe that what's his nut? Doppelganger man. Oh my god, I'm blanking on his name. I'm so sorry.
Turncoat.
Turncoat has been arrested and is in this building.
Uh-huh.
I want to go find him.
You're gonna want the holding cells, which are on one of the sublevels, about 10 or so down.
Okay.
You look up, looking for where to go, and then start to move towards the elevator. As you start walking towards the elevator, you see a car crash and smash through the front door. Obliterate most of the front windows and cause a lot of calamity. You have to duck behind the desk to make sure you don't catch any splinters or any shrapnel. But otherwise, you're free to keep moving.
All right. I'm going to wiggle my way inside, and I'm going to use that badge that I took 2 days ago for as an access card. They've likely already issued her a new one, but I, Courtney, know that corporations are stupid. And corporations don't always remove badge access to a missing or lost card. They just issue it to a new one. And so Cleo is banking on a corporation being stupid. So there's a lot of places that I still have access to that I shouldn't.
Same.
Just because I had a missing card.
True that. Well, Cleo, you make it to the elevator, and you're able to swipe it and see that it does sort of like ping green, and the elevator begins to get called down your way. Just before you step into the elevator, your communicator goes off, and you hear Aurelia's voice say 2 things. First, he's out, and then secondly, Vol got to him. I imagine if you look back, you'll see Jet standing there in the middle of the courtyard wreathed in flame, clearly much more powerful than he was previously. There's the only thing standing between him and Nova HQ right now at this moment is Fives and Mel. Scylla is kind of like swept off to the side. Or sorry, not Scylla. Scylla's off to the side somewhere, not too far from Aurelia, who is kind of like picking herself up from a building. And Uplick is still kind of looking very confused and unsure what to do. Clearly a bit shaken by your words. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm just going to get into an elevator to go down to the floor that falls on.
All right.
I'm going to hear it, and I'm going to keep moving.
All right. You slide into an elevator. We'll kind of panel slide through most of the long trip down. It takes you a while to sort through and move through a couple of the various corridors and hallways and sort of look around. And there's a lot of folks you see locked down in various facilities here. You walk past a cell that's clearly much larger, and you can already see the giant figure of Smoothbore just kind of like sitting, leaning against the wall, crossing his arms, the cannon arm tapping his shoulder as he's kind of looking at you. but you keep moving down, and eventually you do come in front of a dark cell where you can see a gray-skinned figure kind of sitting, shoulders slumped. What do you say?
Hey, bud. Still hate you, but question. If I can get you out of here, will you help me rescue Grayson?
He picks his head up. Kid, you got a hell of a pair on you.
I thought they meant tits.
No.
Yes. Hey there, kids.
I was like, what the heck? This is not the time for sexual objectification.
Not what I meant. Not what I meant. Not at all what I meant.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. We're gonna panel freeze that there, and we're gonna cut ourselves back outside. Friends, the scene is as I described. There's a jet in the middle of the courtyard, standing and sort of facing down in front of Mel and Fives. Scylla's off to one side, not too far from Aurelia. Uplink is in the back, sort of looking, but doesn't seem like she's moving particularly aggressive. Any of you making the first move? Any of you saying anything? Coordinating a plan? What's happening, friends? Oh, also, this music is not at all hype enough. Sorry about that.
I think Mel is going to look, try to take everything in and see what they can do for a plan. And she realizes Cleo's not there. So she gets on their comms and asks Cleo, where are you?
Do the comms reach?
Barely. It's sketchy, but you hear enough of it to know what she says.
I'm inside trying to check on Grayson.
Be careful. Victor will probably figure out you're in there and fuck, what is her name?
Who?
Sarah, the
Uplink.
Uplink. Uplink probably has a way to track you in there.
Okay. Let him know that I'm okay, then. I guess?
No, I'm concerned about you being alone for your safety.
Well, you can always come inside. The doors just got blown open by a car, and there's no one in line for the elevator.
True. I will consider that while Jet is transforming.
Tell him we're trying to help.
Can we all hear these comms?
Yep.
Yeah.
Aurelia looks at Fibes wherever they are, very confused.
And last time trying to reason with that man didn't do anything.
He is beyond logic.
Then don't play into logic.
Telling him we're trying to help won't change his opinion.
Have you tried?
Didn't
think-
Aurelia, didn't you say something exactly like that last time that we were fighting with Jet? That you were trying to help while you were fighting with him?
Try telling him that Vol is gonna get Grayson killed. We have to get him to reject Vol's influence. The longer he's listening to Vol, the less he'll see reason. So he has to be the one to reject Vol. We can't... Otherwise, we're going to keep still fighting Vol while we're all here.
Are the people attacking us just pausing for a second while we're having this conversation? Or do I have to, like, defend myself while we're having this conversation?
I mean, it's comic logic, so, like, you know, people are obviously capable of having conversation. I was gonna interrupt you at some point and say when he was gonna get punched, but I was gonna let you have a moment, you know?
Okay,
But since you asked,
I was gonna say, but before Aurelia gets punched, she's just gonna say, I think this is best for you to try, Mel. I'll be there to defend you.
Well, let's let Aurelia resolve getting punched, and then I will make my attempt at piercing the mask.
sounds like a great plan. Aurelia, as you figured out your plan, you look left because, once again, the ground is shaking, and there is a Scylla-sized shoulder coming at you as fast as possible. What do?
I punched that bitch.
Please roll to directly engage a threat. Roll plus danger.
I'm dangerous.
Let's hope so.
I gotta find my sheet. Yeah, let's hope so. I'm actually not dangerous. It's a 0 for me, but we'll find out. Submit. I can't see anything. What I got?
Hit.
Let's go! Take that.
Pick two from the list. You can either resist or avoid her blows, take something from her, create opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten her.
I'm gonna... Wait, if I take her blow, do I get potential?
I mean, you'd have to miss to get the potential, but like you would if you don't resist her blows, then you roll take a powerful blow because that's just like because you guys trade blows.
Okay, so I'm gonna create an opportunity for my ally, and I'm gonna impress them, but then I could roll to take a blow or something.
Let's go ahead and take a powerful blow. Please roll plus conditions you have.
Damn, I don't have that many conditions.
You just roll 2d6.
I got a 6.
It's actually the best thing there. You stand strong and get to weather the blow. So Scylla barrels into you, and you are able to like take the blow and start like slugging back at her. And I imagine, Aurelia, that you're like morphing your own density, like increasing it so that you hit a lot harder than you normally would.
It's glowing as fuck.
Yeah, absolutely. And so with like glowing fists, you start going blow for blow. And Scylla at first is like taking these hits and almost finds herself, suddenly impressed with how hard you're hitting. She digs her heels into the ground, brings her fists up, and the two of you just start a slugging match, just punching each other back and forth, weaving blows. It's just a single one-on-one, mano-a-mano boxing match between the two of you right now. And every time one of your blows lands, the buildings around you shake.
While this is happening, I call for 5s, because I was doing this as a distraction.
5, you got an opening. You can charge at Jet, you can charge for uplink, you can help Aurelia, you could do something else.
I don't know which way the distraction was intended to be. I'm gonna go for Jet.
That's your call, go for it.
And I suggest maybe going for Scylla.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I didn't understand.
Because I'm punching Scylla, and I took an opportunity for my allies.
Yeah.
We're trying to talk down Jet and deal with the people who are actually fighting.
Okay. I thought perhaps I was supposed to, get Jet in a position to be talked down to or something. I don't know. I see the vision. Okay. Yeah, then I'm happy to come swinging at my sister.
Please roll to directly engage a threat. Roll plus danger.
Nothing like... Oh, I can't say that.
A 6.
You want to pull from the team? You are getting help.
I'll give it to you. You get +2 from me.
Sounds good. That would be an 8 then.
An 8 is a hit. Pick one. Resist or avoid her blows. Take something from her. Create opportunity for your allies. Impress, surprise, or frighten. Mission. Oh, shit. All right.
You take if you make an opportunity.
Can I create another opportunity?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, then I will.
I assume this is like an opportunity for Mel to kind of focus on Jet.
Oh, I was just gonna down her.
Oh, I mean,
Focus her down. Focus her down if you want to, baby.
Down for that.
I mean, we'll handle that first. Let's roll take a powerful blow. Go ahead and roll plus conditions you have.
Yeah, where is that on my sheet?
Good question.
Here we go.
Take a powerful blow is not on your sheet. You just roll 2d6 and add your conditions.
Yep. A full hit. Oh boy, that's not good.
Bad. Can I go to defend?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll allow that.
Thank you
actually,
to whoever gave me savior.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll plus savior for me real quick.
Who the fuck gave me savior? Did somebody give me savior? Did I give myself savior?
Oof.
I missed though.
Unfortunately,
You're fucked.
That's okay. Some things are meant to be.
Fives, you go slamming into Scylla as hard as you can from the side. You crash into her while she's boxing with Aurelia, and she goes barreling over. But as she's barreling over with you, she turns and swipes at you. Aurelia, you try to almost get in front of that swipe. Scylla grabs you by the arm and just smashes you into Fives. The three of you just become, again, this tumble, this mess. Fives, you can pick one of the following. You can either remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc. Lose control of your powers in a dangerous and terrible way, or choose two options from the 7 to 9 list.
Let me look at the 7 to 9 list.
You can lash out verbally, give ground, or struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
Okay, I do have one question. What happens when I have all conditions marked?
Then the next time you get one, then you are knocked out.
Okay.
You can have all 5 and that's fine, but if you have all 5 and then get another one, then you're knocked out.
Okay. Then I will struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
And you gotta pick one more.
Oh. Actually, never mind then. I'm just gonna lose control of my powers.
Alright.
Because choosing 2 of those options is way harder. To be honest.
Oh, actually, I love this. So this is what happens. You all crash into a building. Dust and debris fly up everywhere. People go scattering. It's all a mess. Aurelia, you're able to clear the dust away first. You see Scylla and Fives clashing in the middle of this building, held claw and claw. Scylla is clearly her usual massive, bulking self. Something looks different about Fives. They're bigger, bulkier, heavier, their jaw almost a bit more pronounced, their horns a bit stronger, bulkier, and curved. They look a bit more draconic than they usually do when they're morphed, and they are single-handedly focused on this fight with Scylla. You don't even think they fully noticed it just yet.
Sorry, guys.
Hold on that thought, though. Because as we cut out... Actually, you know what? Sorry, go ahead, please.
Do I mark potential because I missed?
Yes.
Does anything happen besides me missing, or is it just like failure?
For now, you expose yourself to cost, retribution, or judgment, but basically, I just treat it as like that's why you're also like in the pile with them over there, basically.
Okay, copy.
Yeah, you're good.
I also got another power then.
Good. I will say though, it doesn't last too long. As Scylla and Fives break their hold, Fives, you come up and just hammer blow as hard as you can on the top of Scylla's head. There is a loud, concussive thud. Her chin powers towards the ground. She hits it hard and does not come back up.
Aurelia's gonna say in the comms to Five, or like, I don't know. Five's probably in earshot. That's enough, Fives.
Fives, you feel your blood kind of bubbling in this rage, fueling your veins, this kind of fire in yourself. And it takes you several long seconds to slowly breathe yourself back down. And though you don't really notice it, Aurelia, you can see as Fives is kind of slowly working back down, that bulge in their muscle, that crease in their horn, that extended jaw, all slowly shrink back in until they're back to their normal draconic form, and then all the way back until they're in their normal human form. Fives, you feel exhausted.
Yeah. That was enough.
We have other priorities.
That's a great way to play that. As you turn and look and see that this whole time, Jet has just been slowly striding forward, eyes locked directly with Mel, flame still occasionally sputtering out of his shoulder jets, and a single-minded focus on the door to Nova HQ. But before we take care of that, I want to jump back inside real quick. Cleo, we seem like from a bit, the combo that actually gets had with Turncoat isn't important enough for us to worry about it on screen right now. You convince him. What do you convince him to do?
Alright, I'm pretty sure there's biometrics involved outside of Grayson's cell, and I'm gonna need you to become Katrina Victory. Also, if you could just, some of those guards you've seen walk past, maybe start as one of those. And I feel like you know how to do your job right now, so follow me, and I'm going to go where I know Grayson's cell to be, which is like one layer below, I think you said, where the elevator goes.
Mm-hmm. So
we have to go find the stairs.
So we're gonna cut ourselves into a door panel opening, and you stepping into a dark, sort of lab-like room. Behind you, a Nova guard with a rifle aimed, stepping into the room. And as you step in, Turncoat kind of takes off the helmet and gear and shifts themselves back and just, hate being the fuzz. Okay, so you sure about this?
No, absolutely not. But I do know that it sounds like Bull has taken over Jet, and so I don't think that Jet's exactly a safe situation right now. But I also think that this is an unsafe place for Grayson to be.
How you plan on getting him out of here?
Going somewhere very fast.
I ask any more questions. Okay. Victory. Give me a minute. And he kind of shakes his head a bit, and suddenly he sprouts a bunch of red hair, his skin goes dark tan, and just... Oh, this is very uncomfortable.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright. Just be glad I'm not making you pay me for this, kid. And he puts his hand on a panel, and you see a sort of panel light up. Authorization code. And he just looks around and just... Alana. And it says, puts that word, that phrase in, A-L-A-N-A. Approved. Welcome, Madam Victory. Heard her say it once.
Huh. Just that? You just heard the one... There's no context?
She was, let's say dealing with a rowdy prisoner. Look, we can discuss ethics later. If you're taking this kid out of here, you should probably get to work on doing that, because,
Yeah, let's go.
It sounds messy up there.
Let's get inside this elevator. Okay, let's go. Further down?
Okay, yeah,
Stairwell?
Oh, no, you're already in, like, a lab-like room. And as he turns a couple of panels and buttons and just, and he presses a button, or I guess she presses a button, and the sort of, like, false screen glass in front of the room lifts, the lights go on, and a figure sits up in bed. Miss Victory? And I know you from the docks.
Oh, yeah. Hi, I'm Cleo. I'm a friend of Mel's. I'm checking in. There's a big ruckus happening upstairs right now, and I just want to make sure that you want to be here?
They're fighting.
Yeah.
Is my uncle out there?
Yep.
Can you take me to him?
What if I told you he was in a fit of rage and things were really bad, and he wasn't himself and possibly possessed by a demon?
Bio, what?
I mean that, like, theoretically.
Maybe no.
Then he needs me. You have to take me to him right now.
Okay.
Katrina Victory looks over to you and goes, "What's the call?"
Do you want to stay here? Long term, not just like go see him, check him out. Is this where you... Okay, alright. So what I'm gonna need you to do is hang on to me really tight, because I've never done this with another person. I think you, buddy, you can probably get out of here, right?
Oh, I'm holding my end of the bargain and leaving right the fuck now. Later.
Okay. Good luck. Also, if you copy
You're the
my
one who
body
needs to walk.
again, I'm gonna punch you in the dick.
I don't always have a dick.
But when you do, that's what I'm hitting. And I'm just gonna wrap myself around Grayson.
He is pushing against you as hard as possible.
Hey, I know that this is super scary, and I know it's overwhelming. Trust me, I know a lot about it.
Take me to my uncle.
We're going, but you gotta hang on.
He clutches onto you and is clearly a body racked with nervousness. Like, you don't need to be a psychiatrist to tell this boy is so anxious right now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do a thing that can kind of help with panic attacks and anxiety attacks and like that. I'm just gonna compress his spine and central nervous system to him, like to me. And then I'm also gonna take really deep breaths in through the nose, and then make like the smallest noise as like I exhale, like just a deep breath coming out. And I'm gonna do that 3 times before spending the rest of my burn to try to move both of them.
All right. You hold tight to Grayson. You take several slow, deep breaths. 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then you blink. And it feels very strange to do it with another person. In fact, you want to end up, I imagine, directly back in front of Nova HQ.
Yeah.
And where you end up actually at, we'll come to in just a moment. But the panel will leave there on the empty
Don't
lab.
kitty pride me.
No. I got you. Don't worry. But we'll leave there on the empty lab for a moment. And we'll come back up to Mel, who is currently staring down Jet. And he does not look happy. Out of the way.
But I really need you to understand that we want to help you. We want to get Grayson out of Nova.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. I'm gonna
What?
roll a pierce the mask.
Go ahead.
But continue what you're saying.
Take some team
Why are you
pool.
standing in my way?
And then do you have like a forward against him or some shit?
I do have a forward against him.
Yeah, take a team pool thing too.
Take a bunch of team pool. Bunch
Yes,
of teams
yeah,
got a full
please.
hit.
I can take up to what, 3? Because there's
Yep.
3 of you? Okay.
Mhm.
And
Plus your 1 forward, that would bring you to...
so
Oh wait, no, that's morphine.
that puts me at 3 because I'm angry right now. So that's
So go ahead and roll plus your mundane. Woo,
full
the
hit,
full
baby.
hit. There it is. So I'll go ahead and drop that team pool down to 7. And you get to ask 3 questions from the list. What are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How can I get your character to blank? How can I gain influence over you?
Let's do what do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? And how can I get your character to how can I get you, Jet, to calm down?
I'll do it in order, actually. What does he want you to... Okay, no, actually, I'm doing a different order. What does he intend to do? He intends to tear this place apart, take Grayson, and leave from here. Anything past that is so far from his mind right now, it literally can't be a thing. He is single-mindedly focused on that. Tear this place apart, get my nephew away from Nova, and deal with the rest when I have to. As for how could you get him to calm down... He needs to know that Grayson is safe and not being held by Nova, and also that you all need to prove that you're not trying to keep him with Nova. Just saying it isn't enough. As for what he wants you to do, I'm going to answer it this way, Mel. He comes flying at you. A jet fires out of his back, and he slams forward. You duck back as fast as you can, and with how fast he's moving, you have it in your brain very simple. Too fast. Can't dodge. You brace for what you know is going to be a hard hit. His hand slams into the ground directly next to you. He is heavy breathing and shaking, and the ground around you is cracked. He doesn't want to hurt you. He just wants you to back down. He doesn't want to hurt you specifically.
That my friend is making sure that he is safe right now. And I trust her. She's not going to hurt him. And this is taking out her comms so that they don't hear her. She doesn't want him to be here either. And if she's doing what I think she's doing, he's not gonna stay here.
He clenches tighter again. You can feel like his muscles tremble somewhat as he steps back. How do I know I can trust you?
You didn't hurt me.
You're getting in my head. Shut up, shut up!
Please.
Cleo, you warp off to the side, not too far away from the shattered building that Fives and Aurelia are kind of crawling their way out of. You have Grayson with you. And you see, not too far, that Mel and Jet are maybe 1.5 feet from each other. And also, he looks like he's superpowered right now. You can still see flames pouring out of his back. Those ugly purple lines have worked their way further and further up his face and arms and legs, and he seems like he's struggling to maintain any semblance of coherency. And do I want to do this now? No, not yet. Immediate reactions from the 3 of you who are watching this. Where are you guys thinking right now? What's happening?
We see Jet and Mel.
Do we also see Cleo and Grayson?
Oh yeah, she shows up right next to you guys.
What does Fives do?
My jaw is on the floor. How the fuck did you get the kid up here? Why the fuck would you bring the kid up here?
Cleo will stand almost interposing herself, but still allowing Grayson to see Jet, but interposing herself at whatever angle she would need to be between number 5 and Grayson. I think if he knows he's safe, we'll be able to de-escalate just a little bit quicker. As for how I did that, I'm not talking about it here.
You're lucky I'm all out of juice.
Oh, thank God. He was like trying to hold on to the fact that she probably totally still has juice.
Juice?
I don't got any more burn left, but I do have just being a normal suit left.
I mean, yeah, I burnt all of my power on bashing Scylla's skull on the floor, so...
Aurelia, any response from you?
I think Aurelia, she just unlocked her potential and she gained a new power.
Oh.
And I think she's not going to be able to control it too well. And her new power is telepathy and mind blast.
Interesting.
Right? That's so cool. And I think in this moment, like, she's thinking this needs to stop, and everybody hears it in their head.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna say happens. Roll to unleash your powers, please.
Fuck.
Plus freak for me. Get a bit freaky if you don't mind.
You know I ain't got a problem with that.
If you can freak it one time for me.
Then I freaked it. I
freaked it.
A 13.
With a 13! Aurelia, it is a scattered, messy thought that echoes out across everyone in this area's brain. This needs to stop. And it's enough that it draws everyone's focus to you for a brief moment. Grayson looks up. Jet turns his head. Mel, you see your 4 friends, or your 3 friends gathered together. Sable, who has finally stopped fighting shadow creatures, looks over. Everything is still for a moment. Grayson is the first person to speak. What's going on here? Uncle Davis, are you? And he turns himself around and just... Kid. He holds his hand out. Give him to me. We need to leave. Now.
When he says that, can I try to get a read on Grayson's face? And try to, like, figure out what he may want?
The only thing you're getting on his face right now is confusion and terror. He's just so overwhelmed with everything that's happening. Things are still on fire. His uncle looks very strange and morphed. People are fighting, and there's a lot of things happening. It all looks very chaotic.
I'm gonna get down to Grayson's level, then.
Okay.
Hey, bud.
Huh?
It's okay. It doesn't look okay. It doesn't feel okay. But you're really strong. And you're capable. But we can't let ourselves get scared. And I think, like, the smallest tremor in her voice comes out, but then she, like, gets a little bit more authoritative with it. we are in control of our next choices.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just gonna breathe with him and like just kind of hold his hands in my hands. What do you want to do?
I want to make sure my uncle's okay.
Then let's get to him and keep running. And Cleo's gonna try to like look around to see if anyone from Nova outside is looking at us right now.
Nobody's outside at the moment. It's too messy of a scene. There's too much destruction still happening. The only people looking at you right now would be, well, your fellow Sirens and Jet.
So you're starting to get up and walk towards where Jet and Mel are?
I would almost think that we're like jogging towards where you guys are. There's a little sense of urgency in Cleo's steps.
There's a
Because
flash
she knows
of
that
green.
they've got like 20 seconds. Oh shit.
Yeah.
There's a flash of green in between, right in between the middle of Cleo where you're running to and where Jet is, and there are suddenly two figures standing in front, in present on the scene. Katrina Victory, and her assistant, of course.
Mother.
That's enough of this. Jet of the Cypress League, you are under arrest and placed in Nova custody for assaulting a facility and causing harm to civilians. And you, she turns to look at you, Cleo, have broken so many codes, bylaws, and protocols that I could have you placed in the darkest place in the corner of my HQ for the rest of your mortal existence. Let the child go, Cleona. This has gone on far enough.
Above the table, real quick. Is this considered a new scene or no?
Same scene.
Same scene. Okay.
I'll give you some more time to think, though, because some other things are going to happen. Well, one thing's going to happen. You're going to see a, streaking fireball making its way across the skyline and rapidly inbound and smash itself pretty hard into the ground. Tyson gets up out of the small crater he put himself in and just... I didn't think that would work. Sorry, I held up any city fighting... Oh, I don't want to talk about it. And then he looks around. Oh, this looks intense. Shit. Cleona, as you're sitting there thinking through this, Victory gives a hand gesture, and out of a sort of an side of the building, a squadron of Nova Guards come out, armed, encircle her, and stand at attention.
I would like to unleash my powers.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to teleport Grayson to the safest spot I know, which is a treehouse in the woods that my parents used to take me to when I was having really bad moments to control my powers. Just a little calm, cool, collected place. And I would like to throw, all my balls into it. This is her sending up a Hail Mary to whatever deity will listen.
Please roll plus freak.
Hopefully it's not Vol. I'm sorry.
Not demons. Deities.
He's a phony.
He's a hoe!
Yeah, that too. So is his mom.
Okay, plus freak. I closed my character sheet and then I forgot how to open it. Lay off the drugs, kids.
Uh-oh.
I was like, where do I click? Nowhere nearby. Oh.
A 14.
It says kapow.
It does say kapow. So, here's what happens. You...
Before
Here's what
I
I'm
go,
gonna
can
say.
I say something real quick?
Sure, go ahead, say something, please.
Just to address Katrina. No. The fuck? And she's just gonna look over at Jet and give him kind of like an I'm sorry smile. Cause like he knows that she knows that they're doing this for the best. To get Grayson out of here. Cause she knows that that's what he wants. He does not want Grayson in the hands of Katrina Victory. So she's giving him like a knowing, sad smile. And then that's what she would.
I was gonna grab Jet's hand and kind of squeeze it in reassurance. Try to hopefully keep him calm while he sees Cleo teleport away.
That bitch is on fire.
I don't care. I'm a burn. His shoulders are on fire. His hands aren't on fire.
It's true.
He's
Cleo,
got
are
ice
you
cold
warping?
hands because he's got low blood pressure.
Cleo, are you warping with Grayson, or just going yourself?
I'm grabbing
Or just sending
Grayson.
him?
Yeah.
Are you just sending him, or are you going with him?
I'm going with him.
Okay.
Because I know how scary it is to see big explosions, and I know how hard it is to deal with powers. And she doesn't want him to have to do it on his own, because she had to learn a lot of it by herself. She's about to become Luke fucking Skywalker.
Give me a moment. I'm thinking through something.
Don't say that.
Give me a moment here.
Yeah, not that
You
person.
just ruined his plans. You
I'm about to
ruined
be
his
like
plans.
Qui-Gon fucking Jinn.
I'm
There.
thinking here. This does kind of fuck over my plan a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, I think here's what I'll do. You know what? Do you mind if I'm a little bit... Corn Dog, I'm asking you this above the table. You are about to get what you want. I am not going to take away anything that you want. Do you mind if I'm a little bit mean for drama's sake?
Go for it.
A giant sort of camera flash in the way you described it echoes out. Everyone averts their eyes. Katrina, the guards, Aurelia, Fives, Jet, Mel, everyone looks away for a brief second. And the scene cuts to a quiet treehouse. Cleo, you open your eyes, hoping and praying that this worked. And you see the surroundings you expect to see. In your arms, holding your hands, is still Grayson, who is trembling and shaking and clearly on the edge of losing himself and unable to hold himself together. You can hear his breathing escalating, his panic skyrocketing, and so much of his, these tears pouring from his eyes. Two other people manifest in this treehouse, though. You pulled a few more people than you expected.
Oh, fuck.
Mel and Jet are also here.
Ooh.
Grayson...
Sorry for the cramped quarters.
Grayson is pushing against you hard, not as if he's, mad at you, but he's clearly not able to control himself, he can't stabilize right now, and is clearly just trying to, get away from you right now, Cleo. Is trying to push you away and run, maybe? Escape? He's not breathing enough for you to be able to tell what he's trying to say, but he's pushing against you as hard as he can.
Leo, he's panicking.
Yep. I'm gonna let him go.
Grayson.
We did it, Grayson. We're okay.
Jet is... Shit, no, not right now. Hey, kid, hey, calm down. It's alright, okay? You're not gonna hurt anybody, hey? It's alright, I'm right here, okay? There's nobody else here. Just look at me, please. Grayson looks up at Jet and is breathing harder and harder. You can see flicks of energy are starting to rise up and around him, and just...
Grayson.
No, please.
Do you want a hug? Do you remember last time?
I don't want to hurt you, please.
You won't hurt me. You didn't hurt me last time, remember?
I can't stop!
Come here. Come here.
Shit, we gotta go! Jet says.
Trust me. Come here.
He stands up, still shaking and breathing, energy wreathing and blossoming all around him. Cleo, this looks just like the docks. And he starts slowly shambling towards Mel, incoherent.
It's okay. If you don't trust this, you two leave. But I trust this.
I just don't.
You won't hurt me. You won't hurt anyone here. Promise, okay?
He doubles over, falls to the ground,
Here.
his breath heaving. And it seems like he's probably only moments away from a flare that's not going to stop anytime soon. It's looking bad, friends.
Mel drops to his side and kind of picks him up and just pulls him really close, holds him.
And I think Cleo comes up and just like gets down on one knee and puts like an arm on the shoulder and just kind of lets her breathing kind of like move through her hand as kind of like a symbiotic relationship of like just trying to calm someone down by being a little bit calmer, invoking your breathing with theirs, like trying to get like a little bit of a calm response almost.
Jet.
And
Sorry, go ahead, please. No. Jet kind of steps forward a little bit, unsure, and like puts a hand down on Grayson's other shoulder, clearly terrified and recognizing what's about to happen, and just realizing, well, if we're all gonna go, then so be it. And he puts his hand out and says, "It's all right, kid. Nobody blames you." And Mel, why don't you tell me what happens next?
I think Mel has her eyes closed, so she might not see it. But there's a kind of a ripple of energy that just flows over Grayson as soon as his powers like start to pull up and activate. And that light, that energy just kind of quashes and is silenced.
Cleo, it happens right in front of your eyes. You almost wish more people were here so you could see it and other folks could confirm this is real. But in front of your eyes, this golden aura wraps around Grayson and Hugh and Mel and dampens that pressure, that presence you feel. And eventually, as you focus on that breathing into your hand, Grayson is perfectly matching your breathing. Sobbing, open sobbing. But he doesn't ever seem to flare up. None of you get atomized. Something, somehow, perfectly nullifies his power. Just stops it.
I sent you a DM. I would like a yes or no.
That's a bit more complicated, but we'll get there.
Valid. Okay. I had
Any
the
case.
idea. I had to make sure.
That's fine, no problem. Cleo, what are you feeling? What are you thinking? What's happening in your head right now, seeing all of this?
I think for Cleo, there's a sense of like gratitude that she's had for the safe space that she's grown up in. And in her mind, all she wants to be able to do is provide that for Grayson, because she knows that soups aren't always the kindest to each other, and they're definitely not the kindest to normal people. And she just wants to be able to be there for him. I think she's the smallest amount of curiosity will like wash over her, where you see like 3 eyebrow hairs go up. As like that kind of energy washes over, and I think that she has the same, like immediately after that goes, and it's just like aware that this could be some of that theory we've been hearing about, personified in a person directly in front of me. Blue beans. I'm gonna be chill about it. I'm gonna be chill. It's just
Real chill.
Cleo, Grayson basically falls in between you and Mel, just directly in the middle of you. There's an embrace. He is clearly just, all of his muscles just go limp. He's not unconscious, he just is exhausted, clearly, emotionally and physically, just exhausted. And even Jet just slumps to the ground in the corner, just... We're gonna have to talk about this, aren't we?
maybe later. She's gonna grab her comm real quick. Hey guys, we're safe. Did not do anything bad with my powers. So that feels good. But anyways, we're safe. Let us know if you want us to come back.
Let's go back over then. Fives, Aurelia, you hear over your comms Cleo say exactly those words I just said. The scene as you left it is uncomfortably stagnant. Victory is just staring at the spot where Cleo and Grayson just were, with her brow knit very tight. What are you two saying in response over the comms? What are you thinking? What are you doing?
I think Aurelia would say, I'm thankful that you're safe, but I do not understand your kind.
That's fair. Do you need us to come back?
Aurelia's gonna turn towards Fives.
Fives is going to throw their comlink on the ground and crush it under their foot. You can tell them no.
So she said no.
Victory has been quiet this whole moment, just saying nothing, staring at the spot where Grayson is. She looks over. Secure number 7 and any other nascent villains left here. I want them under perfect guard until I'm able to deal with them personally. She stands there, unmoving, hands behind her back while the guards move, begin to gather up Scylla and the rest and anyone still left and put them in prison. Shriek, it seems like, did her thing and slunk away at some point, but Animus and Scylla are both put away. She sits quietly for a while as the guards walk back into HQ. looks over at the two of you. There will be consequences for this. And she turns and walks back towards HQ quietly. Her assistant does stare at you for a little bit, Fives, but doesn't say anything. Just turns and walks away behind her.
I'm gonna give him a dirty look. What the fuck are you looking at? Bitch.
He slinks away from it, clearly.
I know who
It
he is
seems like-
now. He doesn't need to be looking at me like that. The fuck?
And it seems like, strangely, uncomfortably perhaps, but thankfully, Jump City goes quiet. A long, difficult, maybe even confusing night brought to an end. What happens next? No one can really say. All we can say now is that the status quo in Jump City has certainly changed. And with that, I think we bring this session, and by proxy, Arc 1 of Jump City Sirens to a close. Friends, I want to thank you all for coming out to an enthralling episode that did not go the way that I thought it would. But we'll talk about that in the future. And that's the fun of running this game, is getting to figure out the punches as they come. I also want to shout out, because while we didn't really talk about it yet, we will next episode, trust me, tonight was our first moment of truth. And so, to talk about that a little bit and how it happened, let's go over to that person for their outro. It's, of course, Meg Mysteria.
It's me, Meg Andor Meg Mysteria. I played Mel, the Beacon, question mark? Yes, it was my moment of truth today where Mel revealed, because she doesn't know, that she has powers. So, what that means? I don't know. We'll find out.
We certainly will. Where else are you found on the internet? What else you got coming up soon?
You can find me as Meg Mysteria on Twitch, on Twitter, on Itch, on Twitter, on Blue Sky. As far as what's coming up, you'll see me in a couple weeks on Sunday, the 13th, on Singularity Roleplay for Fragments of Tomorrow's Apocalypse, our City of Mist campaign. And then you will see me back here for our next episode of Jump City Sirens. Arc 2, baby!
Hell yeah! Before I talk more about that, let's pass it on over to the incredible and incomparable Egg Chan.
Oh shit, hey, I'm Emily, your Egg Chan, and I got to play the most scrungly of dragons, number 5. You can find me on the internet as Egg Chan, on Twitch, on Itch. I've been streaming because it's fun. And you can find me back here on Saturday for Beacon, but not the Mel type of Beacon, the other type of Beacon. Yeah.
It'll be great, and I'll be there too. Can't wait to see you, and thanks for coming out with us. Hey, stick tight. Before that, we pass it on over to the internet giant that is Ollie Peach Senpai.
I'm Ollie Peach Senpai. I'm still processing everything.
Word? Who'd you play tonight?
Oh, I played Morphine or Aurelia. I feel like she goes mostly by Aurelia because that's her name. And she's like the outsider, and she felt very outside of shit today. Not gonna lie.
Well, hopefully with some future things, you find more ways to grow closer to those friends you have begun to hold so very dear. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but there is some, I got some stuff in the corner for you. We'll get there, don't you worry. But before I talk more about that, last and certainly not least, we of course bring ourselves down to the one and only Corndog McGraw.
It's me, Corn Dog. I play Cleo. She did her best tonight. It was very nerve-wracking, making decisions away from the team. Which I think is very unlike Cleo. I think she always kind of looks to other people for their 2 cents first. And now she's like, oh, fuck it. So she's entering in the fuck around, find out era of her life. As she's playing with abilities she didn't ever show other people before.
And that was exciting, certainly. We'll talk much more about what that means in the very near future. And of course, friends, I've been Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as your favorite Fox Philly's finest, and I can talk about all the cool things that I do, but instead I'll do that, I'll say a couple of things real quick. One, if you like the things that we do, check out our social media. We're an ELS roleplay on most things, especially on our Blue Sky. You can see what we're doing and find out when we go live next. If you also like the vibes we put out, want to hang out with these cool nerds, hop in our Discord. It's where we grab players for our streams. We talk about all the cool things that we're doing, and we meme along in the whole way. It's an awesome little vibe full of great nerds who are awesome while we do it. So come hang out with us there. And of course, as already said, you'll see us back here in 2 weeks for the beginning of Arc 2, Jump City Crackdown. But before I let you guys go, I've got a couple of things I want to do real quick. First and foremost, if you don't mind, Aurelia, you find yourself with a spare moment, a bit of separation in space from the group as things wind down. This is a bit of an epilogue, if you will. And I'm actually curious, where do you go when you feel like you need after you leave here?
Aurelia typically goes to the highest point on Jump City Towers.
Perfect. You're there quietly overlooking kind of on that top layer that's still being constructed for a bit and thinking through some things and meditating for a while when you suddenly hear a nice night, isn't it? And there is a figure sitting out on scaffolding, kind of over outside of the window, robed, clove-footed, and horned.
Why do you insist on finding me?
Oh, just keeping an eye out on future investments. You did great tonight, by the way.
What do you want?
Just a question, really. Did you see it? Did you feel it?
What are you talking about?
You pushed out your perceptions. You were looking for your friend. I know you saw across the infinite starscape that is our wide cosmos. Did it see you? Did it speak to you?
I do not wish to speak to you.
Well, we all have chains, darling.
I feel like you could see Aurelia going back into her panic state as she's reminded of the thing that did see her and the thing that did talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
And
Vol-
kind of tell her.
Vol turns his head. Emotion? That's new. Oh, that's delightful. Going local?
Why do you insist on making your presence known to me?
Because doing things from the shadows just isn't as fun, dear. And I have grand and glorious plans for you and your friends. All I need you to do is continue to play along. Oh, that! And ponder this question, if you will. As you grow so very close to this world and begin to understand its customs, its people, ask yourself what that'll mean when they pull you back.
After a night like tonight, that might be a welcome sight.
Oh, trouble in paradise. Well, you have thinking to do, and I have other things too. Ta-ta. We'll be in touch.
Please, no.
Ask nicely. And he fades across a pillar and is suddenly gone.
Fuck that guy.
I agree. But I do have one more thing I have to do. As another of you also parts and heads back to HQ, and in particular back towards a large pod you use for your healing and resuscitation, as Fives, you were worn down today. You took a beating. And you would like nothing more than to hop into your rejuve pod, get your treatments, and then get some fucking rest. You step into your door, rolling your shoulders. Your apartment looks completely untouched and, as you left it. Except that there's a figure sitting on your couch. They sit there, nursing a cup of tea they clearly brewed not too long ago, dressed in, it looks like a slick, dark gray lab coat, with what looks like a Nova symbol pinned on the shoulder. Hello, my dear number 5. Come in, have a seat. I've missed you. And with that, that's where we're actually leaving off for the evening. See you in Arc 2, babes. Good night.
Fuck this guy.